You're very welcome back. Now, a new survey from jobs.ie has found that Thursday, the 24th of January, is the peak day for job hunting, as many people feel dissatisfied in their job or career. So if you're looking for advice on everything from setting career goals to approaching your boss over a promotion, don't worry, career coach Ronan Kennedy joins me now to share his top tips. This is your time to visit Ireland AM, isn't it, January? Because that's when people are like, can't do this anymore, new year, new me.
Need to change, yeah, absolutely. People are trying to get their goals for the new year in order, and one of them was a big one is obviously their career goals. So I'd get a huge increase in people coming to see me around this time. So, for example, a lot of people would be looking to change careers, maybe change careers totally, or maybe just look for a promotion in their current job. One of the key things I'd say I'd ask them straight away is, well, why do you want to change? What's not going right in your current position that you want to improve in your next position, or why do you want that promotion? Because I think it's really important that we identify the core issue that people are unhappy with or dissatisfied at the moment, rather than them just having an issue with their boss or having an issue with get given too much work or something like that, where they just transfer that issue from job to job to job.
Is money a good enough reason?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, everyone wants to get rewarded properly for their work, and it's really important to also consider that if you want more money, well, if you don't ask, sometimes you don't get.
Because I've met people and they're in jobs that they love, that they, work hard at, and yet the money that they're on isn't allowing them to take the next steps in their lives, isn't allowing them to get a mortgage. I mean, is that the responsibility of an employer to make sure that you're earning enough that you can get on the property ladder, or is that a government issue, if you want?
Well, I think it's definitely a big factor that, both people have to consider. I think the employer has to offer opportunities for people to progress in their career, to go to the next level, to move up. That's really important, and it's a key factor in helping good people to stay, that they've got new opportunities to go to. And it's also the responsibility, I believe, of the employee as well, to say, look, here's the additional value I can offer to your business, and here's how I'm going to do it. So one of the tips I would suggest to people is, if they're going to look for a promotion, don't just go in and say, hey, I'd like your promotion, can you give me some more money? But to go in with a plan and say, look, I've got a one-page, it's like a business plan for your personal role. Say, here's a one-page plan I have of how I can add additional value to the business, and I think this is going to deserve a promotion and an increase in my salary. And that's going to allow the person to have a constructive conversation with their employer.
Oh, I'm the worst at that, preparing for any kind of meeting. I just go in, shoot the breeze, and then I leave, and I'm in the car thinking, did I really achieve anything there that I wanted to? And I think a lot of people are guilty of that.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. And it's a really good point you make. We all have to, before we go into a meeting, before we go into an interview, we all have to set our intent for that meeting. So what do we want to achieve from this? What do we want to get out of that? So that we can make sure that it's on the forefront of our mind and we can bring it up. So that at the end of the meeting, like you say, it didn't just pass us by, that we actually get what we wanted out of it. I think that's a really important point.
So that's the number one question you ask. Why do you want to move? Why do you want a promotion? Why do you want to change? And pretty much sit down with a blank piece of paper and write stuff down.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the first thing I would say is, well, have you spoken to your employer about this? Have you spoken to your manager about this? So, for example, a recent client, they were exceptionally well qualified, very well experienced, performing well at their job, getting good feedback, getting good reviews, but they were dissatisfied with their salary. And I said, well, have you asked for more money? Right? No. Well, will you ask for more money? And it was as simple as asking for more money that they got an increase. Now, don't get me wrong, there was still a bit of dissatisfaction in the work, but it's a good start to get a salary increase initially. And then they can work on, OK, can I get a promotion? Or do I still want to look for additional opportunities outside? So the first thing I would say is, if you can think about setting up a win-win situation for yourself, so try to improve the current situation by asking your manager for more money or better opportunities. And then also, you can still look for other opportunities outside if you want to explore those as well. So it's a win-win.
Do you play the game? If you get a knockback on an ask for more money or different work conditions, like you wanted to go to a 4-day week or work more from home, or any of the changes you wanted to make in your current job, do you leave?
Do you leave? Well, I think, you always have that opportunity, but it's crucial for financial stability and so on, that there is an opportunity after that you can go to. So it's much easier to negotiate if you've got an opportunity to go to. If you don't have an opportunity to go to, you're going to put yourself under a little bit of pressure. I think if you're going to say, look, if I don't get this, I'm going to leave, I think it's really important that it's done in a diplomatic way, that it's, done politely.
Don't burn any bridges.
Don't burn any bridges, because I mean, the reality is that, okay, you know, our economy, our community in Ireland is still reasonably small, and a lot of people know a lot of people, so we don't want to burn any bridges. We want to maintain relationships. And also consider, if you move inside the same industry, you might be working with your previous company.
Yeah, you might need a reference.
You might need a reference as well. So I think it's always good to maintain relationships, or even if there's been a grievance or an issue in the past, to say, look, maybe we can, you know, things haven't worked out well, and that's just sometimes the way it is. We have personality clashes. But, you know, look, I appreciate you're trying to do the best work you can do. I'm trying to do the best work I can do. And it just didn't work out in this case, but thank you so much. I think it's really important to be grateful when we're leaving a job, to be gracious, to say, I did my best.
Because if nothing else, you've got the experience of what you don't want to do or what you do want in the next job. So, I mean, that alone is something to be grateful for.
Absolutely.
So how do you decide where your next move is? So if you have a client that comes to you and says, I'm finished up, you know, I'm coming to the end of where I am now, I'm going to do it with diplomacy and not burn my bridges. But how do you know where the right next place is for you? Because I think that scares people, that all of a sudden you end up sitting at this other desk and you absolutely hate that, and why did you bother?
Right. So, great question. So it's about finding out, what did you enjoy from your work so far? So what did you enjoy in your previous jobs? What did you enjoy in your current job? And how can you harness those skills, those responsibilities, those technical skills and experience, and bring it to the next job? So one of the issues people find is when they're looking at the new jobs, they get really intimidated by the job descriptions, by the requirements, because it can be written in all this very fancy kind of jargony language that we just don't use when we're speaking on a daily basis. So I think it's really important that they can really identify, what they've done well, in great detail. And I like to get people to use the jargon when they're talking about themselves.
And are we still at CVs now? I mean, CVs are still...
We're still doing CVs.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn is definitely coming much more important than it's been before. So it's really important to have a good LinkedIn profile as well. So a lot of people will put their LinkedIn, like a link to their LinkedIn on the CV, and then people will click on that and they'll go and they'll look at your photo and they'll look for who you're connected to and so on. So from a connection point of view, LinkedIn is very good for saying, okay, who are they connected to, and can I send a message to them to get a reference for the job and so on.
So when you're moving on then, when you're looking through the job spec, should you only choose a job where you can tick all of those boxes, or do you lie? I mean, I think we've all done it where we've said, oh yeah, I know, I could definitely perform open heart surgery. It's fine when you can't, because you do want to take on a new challenge, and you do want to grow and learn, and you do want to put your best foot forward. Yeah, exactly.
I think you said it very well when you said, you want to grow and learn. So if you want to do a job where you can do 100% already, then you have to be able to do 100% of the requirements. But most of us, as you said, we want to grow, we want to learn, we want to develop, we want to progress in the career, get promotions. In that case, if you look at a job where you can do 100% of it, where's the opportunity to grow? It's not there. So I think it's really important that you look for one or two things that maybe you cannot do, and that's your opportunity to grow. So I think maybe 80 or 90% you can do the job, and then maybe 10 or 20%, okay, that is the one or 2 points that you need to work on. And they could be technical skills or they could be soft skills.
Do you have a good answer for what's your worst quality? Because I think we all go for the I'm a perfectionist line. Have you got a better answer?
Well, I think we have to be really honest with that one, because, the employers are going to be very smart people, and they're going to know if it's like, I work too hard sometimes. They're going to pick up on that. So, look, I think it's good to say that you're,
Can you be yourself in an interview? Do you recommend being yourself, or the best version of yourself?
Yeah, the best version of yourself, right? So I think it's okay to show a little bit of vulnerability. Look, I'm not perfect. They wouldn't expect you to be. But I think don't say something that's crucial to the role, right? So, if you're going to be a doctor, don't say, well, I hate medicine.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Or people, right? But you could say something like, if you work with clients all day and you don't know one particular IT system, you can say, okay, I need to brush up on my IT skills.
Okay, but
it's not crucial to the role.
If you have a niggling feeling, if people watching today have this niggling feeling, I need to change my job, I'm not happy where I am, do you think go for it? There is opportunity out there. Just do it, plan it, and do it carefully.
I think absolutely. Look, plan it first. Get your profile ready. Make sure you can sell yourself well. Don't oversell yourself, but don't undersell yourself. Just sell yourself at the mark as best you can. There's definitely opportunities out there, but of course, for your own financial stability, and your own mental stability is to have opportunities ready. And it will also improve your negotiating power if you've got somewhere good to go to, as opposed to saying like, oh, I really need a job right now.
OK, cool. So be careful. Ronan, thank you very, very much. And don't worry, I never attempted to perform open heart surgery, I promise. Coming up after 8 on Ireland AM, if your skin is feeling congested after the festive season, we're going to be showing you how to do a salon-style detox facial in the comfort of your own home. And we'll be joined by 2 of the stars from the Gaiety Theatre's new production of The Cripple of an Ishman, including Derry Girls star Jamie Lee O'Donnell. All that and lots more still to come. Stay tuned.